Hello all, welcome back to Rogue Trader, of course game operator and narrator. So we just wrapped up our colony on Foulstone. Let's actually have us a look and see what we got here, or maybe some other routes we can go ahead and check out while we make our way to the north, galactic north. I have a couple spots of interest here. Omicron and System Speculo. It's uncharted, so we'll go ahead and chart some new routes. Anything? We got a couple. Oh, that's incredibly dangerous to get over here to the Cradle Caffrey. And we know how well I've been doing at space combat. This is not exactly good. Check out Omicron. Lord Captain, I'm hastening to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Mira 5. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship runners, after which he went to his living quarters, healed his family, and then shot himself. And the second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions, the boy ship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes. But this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions. Hysteria, apathy, euphoria, and rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall, and each bird cost a hefty sum, but I failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and Essential. Alas, no details. If you like, you can ask Master Werson directly. Gotta have a chat with Essential. Things are even worse with Jay. Intercepted the Voxcast when she promised she would, and I quote, end that Kashka if she ever saw her again. If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation. For the sake of the crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. I see. That's that's odd. Well, we'll have a chill look around the system here, and then we'll duck in and have a chat with Lady Cassia. We have space dust. Yeah, that's just trophies. I'll take the fuel. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is we don't exactly have a whole lot of extractors left. So whatever we find is going to be troublesome. The magnetic storm raging above the planet blurs the gaze of our auger arrays. Only truly powerful diviner machines may see through the currents of the magnetic fluctuations in their blessed vigil and discover the mysteries of the Emperor-forsaken planet. Well, yeah, we don't have anything fancy, so we've got to leave this one. Yeah, I get fighting Savannah Worlds, I take that. And this one looks like a magma planet. And survey says the ruins of an ancient imperial city were discovered on a dead world completely deprived of an ecosystem. According to the reports, the entire settlement is contained in a titanic glass dome that once held an artificial atmosphere. Your augers detected the framework of 3 other similar structures that were never completed. For whatever reason, the dome systems failed, and left behind is the city, a ghost that never managed to become a proper colony of the Imperium. Did explore the temple, gather supplies. Now we'll send the scouts in to gather supplies. What do we find? Bunch of trophies. Which is good, because we need to get our reputation set up. Your people flooded the city like a tidal wave, filling building after building, bunkhouse after bunkhouse, and receded from its quiet streets just as quickly. There were plenty of useful things among the findings, including foodstuffs and weapons. Let us explore the local palace. We got a ghost sword and profit factor gain +1. Nice. A lavishly decorated estate at the local ruler towers over rows of featureless bunkhouses. Several explorers perished from the cleverly hidden tripwires in the courtyard, but after losing their companions, the team easily disarmed the remaining traps in the estate. Anything of value has been promptly delivered to the rogue trader's vessel. The Lord Captain was even given an exquisite sword found in a secret cache that once belonged to the mansion's owner. Okay, let's check out the temple district. Daemons abound? More trophies. The temple district is situated at the heart of the city. The God Emperor statue, intricately carved from precious crystal, is suspended beneath the dome, supported by chains of gold, and can be seen from anywhere in the colony. Inspired by the majestic sight, the expedition members set off to explore the area with renewed vigor. Soon enough, they stumbled upon an ancient weapon lying on a pedestal wreathed in sunlight. The expedition brought it back to the ship and told many tales about how the Emperor himself, who had been watching them from above, had directed their attention to the sacred relic. Now you just got a bunch of holy gifts. Single attacks with bolter weapons automatically hit the target. Ooh. I know a nun who would probably enjoy that one. Let's grab the rest of the fuel reserves. It takes several trips to deliver the massive Prometheum storage tanks to your vessel. The crew grimly points out the colony was running out of fuel. Had the life support systems not failed prematurely, the locals would still have perished due to a lack of energy. Unfortunate. But we're done here. Leave the dead city. And third and final planet in the system. More plasteel. We're already sitting at 12. And this one's probably, yeah, we got 5 and 7. This one is incredibly low for resource. I say we leave it. Ditch it. Let's go back to the bridge and let's have a talk with our navigator. And probably spend just a couple seconds here hopping around and getting our inventory all lined up, because we still have the Warhammer, or the Thunderhammer we picked up last episode. So let me just put a cut in here real quick and we'll come back when everything is all set up. All right, so turns out the ghost sword is an Eldari weapon, so guess what we're not doing. And it is a power sword too, so that's always something to keep in mind. There are a bunch of other swords, like great swords, available. We'll stay with the one-handed weapon for the sidearm, just in case, for soul. Abelard is pretty tricked out as is with the Thunderhammer. At 13 and 17, not much has changed. Argenta has got the Blessed Bolter casing, so that should be nice. As for everyone else, we do have some levels up to do, but they're not currently in the party, so I'm not going to worry too much about them just yet, unless we're forced to deal with that. As for everyone else here, where is... How about we have a look at the journal here? And that's all rumors, quests. What do we got? We have a fuel lever that is busted on the void ship bridge. Where, pray tell, is my fuel lever? Anywhere near the throne? Right there. No, that's a light. Argenta. I'll have a chat with Cassia.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Yes. I've heard rumors that you're not getting along with the crew. Don't you warp me. Panic flashes in her ruby red eyes and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands go cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Right. We'll go to my study. No one will disturb us there.
Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
All right, so I guess this part is not voiced. What does he want to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to you. Your unfounded accusations about my conflict with the crew. I cannot recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time aboard. Let's start out nice and easy. Would you mind telling me what you needed 100 species of bird and what you use them for? Admittedly, I'm at a loss myself. The day we arrived at Footfall, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to get me a songbird. But he never asked for clarification, and shortly before we left, I had a countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic, with flickering tints of fear. There was a bird in every one. I was so excited I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were squeaking so piteously I let the poor things out. I even fed them my breakfast and dinner. Stupid birds would not stop chittering even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings, and defecating. I became angry and suddenly they started pecking each other's eyes and attacking me. Then I became afraid and they fell over dead. I do not think I want to keep pets anymore. Well, that's yeah, that's a thing. Let's see which else do we want to talk about? The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts it causes them. Some even maim themselves and others. I already told you I cannot control my abilities. What else do you want me to perform me? Will I be assigned a pariah chaperone? Oh, chaperone? Or will you put me in suppressing shackles? During the warp voyage, you gave the wrong orders, which led to the vessel shifting off course, and the service bay being destroyed. I saw something in the warp, something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors. It came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes right there in our path. I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into a monstrous gaping maw? Well, the warp do be doing warpy things. The messenger you rebuked butchered his own family and then killed himself. I haven't rebuked a single errand boy on this ship. Cassia ponders this for a moment. I think I remember. Kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. He grew tired of the disgusting color and advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight off his shoulders. He did not come the next day, or ever again. Yeah, I think I heard enough. Will you share your thoughts with me? What do we have available? My crew has good reason to fear you. Kind soul, but difficult reaching out to people. Done terrible things, but I won't lecture you. Woes dog your steps. We'll find a way to defeat them. I'm gonna go middle ground. You have a kind soul, but difficulty reaching out to people. I can teach you the art of communication if you like. That would be wonderful. My education on year 5 was cut short, but I realized by then the wisdom of books is a poor substitute for the wisdom of experience. Very well. Since we're done with this misunderstanding, I would like to change the subject. It would only be fair for me to ask you a few questions now, wouldn't it? Cassia hesitates and continues in a less confident tone. Do not mistake me. I am not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you are the most worthy interlocutor on the entire ship, and you're always so busy.
What would you like to ask?
I read a treaty by Pius de Mobius. Mobius?
Oh, it's Morbin time.
Very recently, who claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the lowborn rabble became deluded about their prospects and rebelled in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that? Well,
your interpretation of this classical text is not entirely correct. If the subjects have grown accustomed to the ruling house, all a sovereign must do is refrain from breaching long-standing traditions. Adjust unwanted laws as gradually as you would shift the bed of a flooded river, and no one will ever take your power from you.
Cassia thinks for a moment and then smiles. Indeed, I was not wrong about your merits, or your ability to hold a conversation. I hope my second question does not confound you either. According to the 20 tomes penned by the preacher Ostak Istefan the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock only to one pan of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers, or be magnanimous and choose all? What do we got here? I'll do fellowship.
One must be a tyrant, a friend, and a jester to one's subjects. What matters is that to clearly discern which role is required at a given moment.
There's so much power in your words. Power that makes me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. I admit I was afraid we were too different, and yet you helped me realize that I can be candid with you.
Please do continue.
I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burdens of the house has placed on me. Feel I'm not doing my best. Tell me how you, heir to a protectorate, can bear the responsibility for billions of lives day after day, and not stoop under the whole weight.
I drank. It is not always easy, but I try to lead the dynasty towards prosperity by worthy means.
Thank you for your patience, Solstrom. You're helping me to see the world in different colors. A novel experience for me. Our conversations hold a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I am heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation.
And soon. Okay. Well. Navigators.
Like I know what I'm talking about. Not even close. That's the bath. Where's the elevator? Let's get out of here.
Places to explore and things to do.
For example, I still need to find that faulty lever. Alright, so we ran into Cassia right there. So if we continue on looking for that lever, where... Where, oh where? There's something else I noticed here too. Firm Sanctum. This seems to be stuck on people with augmetics. This is permanent. For each stack of this effect, this creature suffers 15% more shock damage. That is horrifying. Electricity is not our friend moving forward. And down here where it says activate control panel. And no failures detected. System operational. Odd. Aside from the fact that it's on fire. Yeah. There we go. Get the servitor in there. More incense! But I don't know if that's better. I also know there's nothing there to click on. Stop cutting yourself, Cabela. So clearly from what I'm learning is that I'm not allowed to touch things. And that's okay. I'm going to assume that is everything on the bridge right now. Back to the map. What do we got? We have a system we do not need to spend any more time in. One extractor left. There is a way to get there. Safely? Nah, questionable. Saving off, I guess. Lord Captain, permission to address you is, with a request. Our head Shurigan is sabotaging the ship's systems. He has quarantined several Voidsman crews on account of a piddling sickness. People don't even go to the medbay when they come down with it. They just wipe their noses and keep working. Only a dozen or so die from it in the whole year. We're sitting on our hands here, so I ask you to talk some sense to him. Your vox clicks, and you hear a dry, nonchalant response. Greetings, your lordship. My name is Letard Forius, and I am the Shurigan Majoris of this vessel. As your chief Medicae specialist, I assure you that the quarantine is well warranted. This piddling sickness has claimed the lives of a number of Matiritus officers in the past. This time, I intend to get the epidemic under control, study the disease thoroughly, and develop a proper cure. I hope you will agree that a single period of downtime is a small price to pay for the number of lives that will be saved, and the increase in the crew's performance during other such outbreaks in the future. Not to mention the fact that we don't have to waste stimulants due to the afflicted using them as a crutch to offset their limited work capacity. How do you intend to study this disease? By gathering enough infected individuals together, letting the illness progress, comprehending its properties, and finally killing it. The disease goes through several stages, with each containing clues to its nature and vulnerabilities. The Voidsman will have to stay sick for some time until they discover the cure, assuming, of course, that the disease is reversible in its final stages. Just need them to be sick, all together in one room, where nothing bad can happen, ever. Well, we gotta go iconoclast. Defeating a disease is a noble goal, but I cannot approve of your methods. Find volunteers among the crew who will agree to being infected in exchange for compensation. I expect you to cure every one of them once you are done. This may limit the potential of the study, but this approach is also acceptable. I will make up for the lack of material with my expertise. Thank you for taking your crew's health into consideration. Should you require my services, you may find me on the bridge, your lordship. Oh my god. Being a protectorate is so busy. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is, you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. And what's the story about Lady Theodora? Rumors of Lady Theodora's presence on the Void Ship has been circulating for a long time, and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you, or perhaps it is the influence of the warp. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the void ship shields will not be operating at full capacity. Can't let them sort it out themselves because we need the shields. As everyone is well aware, I'm a terrible pilot. I don't want to pacify the entire Void Shield crew.
Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. Don't want any unnecessary deaths.
Lord Captain, as the Seneschal would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire void ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later. But right now the unrest must be stopped and the people returned to the direct duties are replaced. Oof. This is like that second to last chance of like, hey, you just made a mistake.
All right, fine. Destroy the rebellious clan and find a replacement among the neighboring crews.
I'll see to it, Lord Captain. And this is where we find out our void shields are all busted. Oh, what a time to figure this one out. Those look a little different. Chaos? No, entirely too few spikes. What does this planet hold? Couple things. Xenotech. What do I even have for Xenotech? I have no Xenotech coming in. This is only 3. How about the anomaly? We roll the party. You can dust a few things off on the ground drop here.
Greetings, Lord Captain.
And who are you? The servitor looks past you, not noticing your presence. This is quite the overgrown area.
Let us walk this path to the end.
I've been watching you divine using the Emperor's Tarot, and do you know what? I think you have the Psyker's gift, sister. Hold your tongue, or you will be punished for blasphemy, witch. I have the blessing of the Undying One upon me, not the perversity with which you are tainted.
Ladies, please. Inside the container, the remnants of stone and frescoes depicting a black spot surrounded by structures of some sort. That is actually incredibly worrying. There's a lot of things to check out on this side. How about this side? A lot of things to check out over here too. Okay. One step at a time. Numerous ropes and cables end abruptly at the very edge of the pit, vanishing into the gathering darkness. Ooh. Pascal? Try your hand here. What do we get? A bunch more trade goods. Scogitators are long dead, despite the covers of the machines are still intact. Interesting.
The Divine watches over us.
We have an inscription.
The whispers told me how.
Touch the darkness will accept you. Okay, maybe we don't have a glance there right just yet. What's over here? Rudimentary tools and devices are now covered in a layer of dirt and the local flora. So it's been like this for a while. Pascal again, if you would.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
More trade goods. I'll take it. Well, That's about the only thing left to do. Please don't awaken some ancient evil. Ah, but it wouldn't be the Warhammer 40k if it wasn't. The darkness swirls beneath your feet, a void of impenetrable gloom. You do not hear a single sound from the depths of the pit. No wailing wind and no rustle of dust. Let's examine it. The bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look into its depths, the stronger the feeling grows that this darkness isn't just an absence of light. It is something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching the furthest stars or swallowing a galaxy. Through sheer force of will, you avert your gaze. Creepy. Dira tilts her head to the side, listening to something. Then she scowls and spits on the ground. Grox knows what it is. It's beyond my remit. Shall we touch the darkness? At the edge of your consciousness, you sense something slimy and intangible answering your invitation for contact. It seeps into your thoughts, tasting your emotions. Surprise and curiosity envelop you, but these feelings are not your own. Break it! Break it! Failed. You turn around and walk away from the ominous pit and its secrets. And back on your ship, you give out a few orders, play a game of regicide, and turn in for the night. As you open your eyes, you find yourself back by the abyss. You run for dear life, get back to your ship, and go to a different system. And when you wake up the next morning, the darkness is once again staring at you from beyond the edge of the pit. Oh good, I screwed myself. Again you run. Again you change one system after another. You go without sleep for several days. It happens all over again. You spend months, or could be years, in desperate flight. At some point, you simply give up. With resignation, you sit down on the edge of the pit, no longer moving. Alien satisfaction fills your mind. You are hit by a sudden wave of all-consuming silence. A moment later, the world around you disappears, leaving only black, viscous, boundless darkness. The absoluteness of it is overwhelming, and you slowly sink into the void that is sucking you in. What do you want from me? You find yourself on the floor of an abandoned estate. You feel someone's disgusting presence behind you. Raspy, foul breath tickles your nostrils. A drop of water trickles down from the stone ceiling and shatters the silence with a deafening splash. The heavy door before you is open. You could try to escape, but it is now or never. We're gonna run willpower. Turn and fight. You turn around, intent on killing the thing with your bare hands, but then exclaim in hesitation. You recognize the disfigured monster that is staring at you balefully from the darkness. You let out a heavy sigh, and a cloud of hot, fetid vapor settles on the smooth surface of the mirror. You sit at the apex of a massive onyx pyramid. Your abilities are limitless. With a single thought, you can raise mountains, drain an ocean, or disperse the clouds. But nobody cares anymore. Soon your brothers and sisters will sacrifice you so they can share your power among themselves and guide the civilization to prosperity. Proceed with the ceremony for the sake of future generations. Solemnly, you are placed on a cold black slab covered in glowing script. You close your eyes and pray as your brothers and sisters rip your 7 hearts out of your chest. By the end of the ceremony, they are gnawing on every last bone of your body, shedding tears of sorrow. You join your ancestors within the black monolith, and for many centuries thereafter, you watch from above as your civilization blossoms. You are lying on burning sand, struggling to open your eyes, but your eyelids feel too heavy. You can barely move your arms and legs. Your stomach hurts, your throat is bone dry. Several of your kin, all emaciated and scattered around you. The hunger is so strong that it's driving you mad, and you let out a bestial howl. Something metallic clinks next to your right hand. Knife. This is it. You can survive. You must survive. All you need to do is decide whom to sacrifice. You have a young girl in heavy chains. The ugly mutant with multiple heads. The brawny one with bloodied hands. A strange animal-like creature with barely noticeable shadows swirling around it. Or the decrepit old man in the tattered remains of a military uniform. Nah. We shall cut off a piece of ourself. You bite down in your belt and cut off a piece of your own flesh. Pain is so terrible that your vision darkens. Unable to bear it, you let out a frenzied groan, but you still shove the slimy scrap into your mouth and swallow it. You can sense the darkness's triumph. It has been following your thoughts with great interest, rummaging in your memories, studying your emotions, and savoring your resolve and rage. Its bottomless gut rumbles with satisfaction. At last, grateful, it lets you go and presents a parting reward. Oh man, we heretics. Permanent +2 bonus to weapon skill and +5 bonus to coercion. Not heretics yet. Not heretics yet. Okay. We getting heck off of this property here. Back to the shuttle. We're done. Nope. Nope. Okay. On to the next place. Oh, what else we got here? Anything fancy? Adamantine for 2. We already have income of 2. Might not be worth the squeeze on this one. How about the final planet? Xeno ruins. Don't mind if I do. Eldari equipment. There's a lot of Eldari stuff going on around here. I don't think those are Eldari ships. Only one way to find out. A report shows up on your personal cogitator screen. Unknown ships are towing the interstellar sextant. A cargo ship belonging to one of Footfall's wealthiest traders. It looks like the pirates have bitten off more than they can chew and have now been forced to drag the ship to a more secluded space where they can plunder it undisturbed. Ah. Well, time to kill some pirates. As soon as they see you, the escort ships charge into battle at once, while the captive sextant powers up its warp engines. Unless you interrupt their preparation for the jump, the cargo ship will forever vanish beyond the veil of the Immaterium, along with all the riches it's carrying. Do not let that ship get away. Here we go. We must be perfect and flawless, because we don't have a whole lot of scrap for repairs.
I lift up my voice in prayer for this vessel and its hallowed guns.
What do we got? So if I have to disrupt it, that's a lot of cobras and vipers here. This is going to be 5 rounds. How do we disrupt? First things first, torpedoes out. I should have fired first. Do a lance shot. Explosive Void Nebula. This cloud of explosive gas enhances the capability of macro cannons, but increases the incoming damage. Whenever a vessel inside this anomalous zone makes an attack, it suffers damage. Good to know. First things first, Cobra Destroyer.
Show them the fury of our macro cannon.
Shields are down. Do I have to try and crack the shields maybe on this one? Yeah, maybe. We get to fire again? No, we don't. It's unavailable. What am I thinking? Down the Cobra. Good hits. Can we sign ourselves up for a ram to disrupt it? Or can we do a swing run? Can only be used during acceleration phase. Swing us around. That's a tight turn. But gives us more guns. Kill the destroyer. We should be far enough away the explosion does not kill us. Good. I'll take that.
Set course with all haste.
That is going to be all we can do. We've got 5 turns. Destroyer's on a swing. Well, I'm pretty sure we got torpedoes are going to take care of that guy next turn. Taking hull damage. Cobra and Viper swinging around. Oh, and the Sexton's trying to get away. Torpedoes, get rid of that destroyer, please. Good hit. We were about to run into a problem. I did not expect to actually try and run. There is no conversation. That's 4. Unfortunately, we have to crack the shields again.
Deliver their demise.
That was not enough. Good sneak out. No, I can't. Restart the shields. They might get in range next turn, maybe. I was gonna say, please body block them. They're not going to. Torpedoes up from the Viper. We will drop our own.
Rain destruction upon our enemies.
And I am going to sprint right on by here. What do you mean inaccessible? What is going on? must have a target. Okay. Can't use it to sprint like I was thinking. That is fine. What I can do... right along broadside here. We're going to take some hits. All right, voids are still up. %90 hit chance on the rear shields.
Bring doom, our enemies.
Rears are down. Increase the range. Give me my bow guns. And they are just outside. I don't want to blow that up. I'll chew our shields up. Maybe cause some damage. I don't have any more movement points left. Fired. Meso macros too far away. Let's knock her shields down though. Get her thinking something a little bit different if I can. All right, damage onto the Viper. Grover's got rounds out. Shields are taking hits. Ooh, that was a crit. Everything's holding together though. Repeaters are out. They went for an intercept. Two turns. She's got a lot of things on her mind here. Let's see if we can do some damage with this battery. Might be able to get a 2-4. Almost. Give me the bow guns. Come on, baby, give me a crit. There we go. Massive damage to the other Cobra. And our bow. We're looking at, we need 2 before it even goes out 1. We actually need right around there.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries.
More hull damage. We're gonna get right close and just dump these torpedoes out. Or do we dump them now? Can't do it now. Reloads in 1 round. A little more damage. I think that's all we got. Over destroyer swinging back around. One more turn. Have I been doing this wrong? Do I need to kill everyone else on the field? I'm pretty sure we don't have to. I'm pretty sure we have to focus the sextant. And what are you? That's a shield boost. Okay. That is far too far out of range.
Councilman, navigate us to
Bring
the
us in.
designated coordinates.
Shields on the back quarter of the sextant are weak.
Send our enemies to the void. Deliver their demise.
We surrender. Okay, I'll take that one. Ship has been disabled. All we got left now is a Cobra class destroyer. And she still wants to fight. We are in a bad spot. Booster shields.
Set course with all haste.
Destroyer coming in. All right, torpedoes. Spin around. Might not get him this turn. That's okay. As for us. Oh, maybe not swing run. I need... Where is it? Right here. Spin me right around. I believe we're at full shields, and we are. Lance, battery, fire. Cobra down. I'll take that one. What did we get? Starbreaker Lance weapon. Ooh. 32 to 40 damage. I'll take that. And 71 scrap. Heck yeah, brother. Let's have a look at the ship. That replaces the top. Okay. Right now she's a meso macro. Let's swap that out for Lance. I would love to see more info. Granted, as well versed in weaponry with from the Warhammer universe as I am, I'm going to say probably not the worst replacement. Keep the macros for the side and put a dorsal lance on it. I think that's all right. It's not going to be for everything, though. That's the thing. With it being medium range, it's going to be 32 to 44. But it will allow us to reach out and touch somebody. Go ahead and patch the hull. I would like more hull integrity. We're ways away from that one. 155. Yeah. We could upgrade our RAM. This was swapped out. Never mind. Drives have been swapped. And torpedoes are the same. We're all good. Well, not a bad little scrap. A little bit more, I guess, efficient, I guess is the right way to say it. Not too bad, but travel continues. Where are we off to next? On to the Telecos. Or do we check something else out? Can we go anywhere else? We can. Although I think it's probably time we go ahead and duck our head into the Telecos Epsilon system. We need to visit Janus and get Footfall its food supplies. So that'll be the focus for the next episode. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's episode, by all means, please don't forget to hit that like button. You want to support the channel at all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment on down below. Every little bit does help. In the meantime, stay safe and I'll see you in the next one.
I'm inbound on your starboard. 7 high-tech. Eat this, toaster. Target acquisition in